Good evening, sir.
Very
Thank
good
you for coming to SIBM Pune. So we believe you are the alumnus here. So how does it feel back?
Super special. Like I was sharing during the talk as well. I never thought I'll be doing coming back to SIBM. So it's a very special feeling. And like shared, a backbencher would never thought of in any of his wildest dreams. So I'm really honored, and it's been such a pleasure interacting with the team over here and also with the students.
Okay. So you started with Engage4more 6 years back.
Ji.
So what was the thought behind the company?
So I can go on and on about the thought, but it was doing three things for me. There were, if I had to give you a parallel from the mythology, a Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, creator. So I do feel proud and deeply satisfied of having created a company with a humble start, and that has a tremendous future. And like I spoke in the session, to me it's creating a new sector altogether. So the proud feeling of creating something new altogether is there. In terms of nurturing it, I'm learning a lot as I do this, because what I learned during my post-graduation here, to whatever I would have acquired as skills during my other stints, in my current avatar of Engage4more, I have to be doing radio business, TV production, social media, technology. So it's a great feeling of learning and bringing it to the corporate world, and of course making money for a shared success in my team. And the last, Mahesh, I feel very empowered. I feel there is a lot we can bring in change to the corporate world. The way organizations are speaking internally or employees are interacting amongst themselves. So to me, it was almost justifying why am I in any professional avatar altogether. But broadly, apart from this, I experienced there is a big gap for the way corporates can speak to their employees and employees amongst themselves. And marketing for HR is a space which is vacant, and I thought that's a space we could play in. So with that, we have been pursuing our journey and being deeply satisfied.
So you mentioned that employee engagement is a major part of corporates.
Okay.
So how do you think it has changed over the years?
So it has changed over a period of last 10 years in three key phases, if I had to share with you, to keep it simple. Look at the PSU way of having interacted, which was more of a transmission, which was very one way wherein it is not necessarily participative, it is not necessarily to be challenged, or not necessarily to be collaborated. So I call this as transmission. What changed 5 years back is organizations thought that we should have a lighter way of doing this communication. And a lot of eventful moments, a lot of content, inclination started coming in, a lot of technology came in. What I see now is a pure power play of engagement. So from a transmission to an entertainment to an engagement. So I use this word as engage-otainment, which is something in line of a Volkswagen spokesperson spoke about 10 years back, saying that if you want to make best friends with your employees, help them waste time. Yeah? And if you look at your best friends, reflect upon your best friendship as people with whom you would have had the best of your time and not necessarily studying or doing only work. So idea is to bring in ease, bring in fun, bring in yet a lot of business sense as we do this. So I see this evolving in an engage-otainment way. That would be my way of saying it.
Okay. So in this dynamic change, how has Engage4more developed over the years?
It developed tremendously. 6 years is a decent run. I started this with things that were easy for me. We were largely doing events only in the beginning, but I knew for an employee engagement, it is important we do things so that overall senses are engaged. So we have evolved from an event player to a radio company now, to now a TV production house, and the next avatar is going to be a technology company. And it's a mix of all of this that we do this. So the application I spoke about, Tickle, has live streaming, has chat, has BuzzFeed, has quizzing, all of this put together. So I think it's a decent evolution from a business to another. So already we are in a 6 key different businesses. So that I would call evolution.
Okay. So in this changing times and all the changes that have taken place, what do you think is the scope? Like, is there further scope of change?
It's very simple for me to answer. It's been very easy and fluid for us to have switched gear from events, or I won't say switch gear, to add to our capabilities, because what we're truly committed to is employee engagement. And where that answer is, like I spoke, the answer lies in the way you are engaged right now without working. To take the same learnings and techniques to the corporate world. So today if it is social media that is exciting you, today if it's the streaming that is exciting you, and tomorrow if there's something new altogether, we just adapt to the way human race is getting engaged and excited. So a TV would get replaced with social media. In social media, a direct content would get replaced to augmented reality. That in few years down the line would change to something else. So for us it's very easy. We just adapt to the way human race is getting engaged overall and the way you feel connected to each other. We just take that and bring it to the corporate world. So it will evolve on its own.
Okay. Since it has such large scope, there will be new entrants coming in the market.
Of course.
So what are Engage4more plans to fight the competition?
We would welcome them because I think we are at a stage wherein we are trying to build a sector. So more players would create more meaning, more buzz, more value for the sector, and a sector would get recognized altogether. That is one. For us to prepare, I think our commitment to sheer power play of employee engagement, because anything else is a way to engage. Yeah. So, but the value is employee engagement. So an event company is a competition to us. A radio company is a competition to us. Still we are growing, and that too with the speed is because eventually we're not talking about the product, but about the value called employee engagement. So you saw the photograph of the CEO crying.
Yes.
An event manager would be more worried about the light, the backdrop, and the way logo appeared. For me, that is any which way is the ground level zero. That's been done. What happens next is what you do to people in those organizations, and that emotional moment is what we are committed to. So for us, I think being sincere towards the value of employee engagement would keep us afloat, and more the merrier. People will get more people will know why to transact with us and more come in. Already there's a competition. So like I said, we do 6 different businesses. So an event industry would compete with us, a radio company would compete with us, technology company would compete with us, merchandising company would compete with us, audiovisual production house would compete with us. What keeps us there is that we only think employee engagement.
Okay. So concluding this, would you like to give some advice to this current batch of students?
I think I've already given plenty, but if my last slide, if I have to recap, I think identify who you are. Like an onion, you kind of peel this off, and the white, you need to identify yourself, protect that, and make that flourish. Respect each other in the batch. You can gain a lot in your professional career just because you are respectful and helping to each other, not just competing in the reality show called placement as it comes ahead. So that's what I learned in my humble days. My batch has a lot to add to who I am today, and that's what I would like to encourage you to feel and practice. And you guys are much smarter than us. You guys have far more capability than to what we had 13 years back, and I really look forward to what stories you guys create. I feel proud when I see so many of SIBM guys across the business world, so many of our seniors, and it gives you a great deal of strength, and I feel that you will add a lot to it. So best wishes.